Who's introing?
Let's have Demond do it.
No, don't let me do it.
Hey guys, it's the Bar Cartel's Demond. That's how you say.
What's up, guys? This is Demond with Bar Cartel.
Woo! Wow. Come on, don't play. And we get the baby. We are on a ticker. Alright, what's up, fam? It's Elle here from the Bar Cartel. We got the family around the table, and we are here for our next installment of Cocktail Conversations. Now, if you guys have been tuning in, you know we've been talking about relationships.
Thanks.
Some of those conversations have been going crazy. This is number 3. And today we're going to round out this series talking about men. Y'all are going to be the subject, the topic of
and
conversation.
as we see shifting.
Okay. So as always, as y'all should know by now, 15 minutes on the clock. So, I mean, I guess y'all already kind of started dabbling into these waters. So
Yeah.
y'all,
Yeah,
I don't know
let's
who's
do
going to
it.
start, but 15 minutes starts
Oh,
now.
before we start, what are we drinking?
I gotta get into this again.
This
All
is
right,
the-
first of all, let me just say it's imbalance with this drink making here. I think I've made all the last drinks. This is the Ramble. But I bubbled it up because if y'all know me, you know I like bubbles, so I put some club soda on top. But it's really easy. Gin, lemon juice, raspberry muddled with simple syrup. And so it's basically like a little raspberry lemonade, like
Yeah.
spiked.
It's good. It's really yummy.
definitely good.
So, yeah, we're about to get into it, right? You like it?
Mhm.
Good.
What kind of gin did you use?
Actually, so I used 2 different kinds because I wanted to try the difference, but I used Plymouth for y'all's and I used some Beef Eater, so this is more a drier gin.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you guys
Like
have more
it.
questions about it, let us know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Comment below.
Comments.
Alright, ready?
Alright, here we go.
Start.
Alright, so we want to get into talking about men, specifically how, to me, you guys are very simple creatures. I don't mean that in the negative way. I mean that in just kind of like what you see is what
We
you
are
get.
simple.
Would you agree with that?
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with simple.
Okay, cool. I mean, no,
Yeah,
there's nothing
no,
wrong.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, I'm coming from the place, and Michelle and I have debated back and forth about this, but we want y'all to weigh in, and then we just want to go at each other's heads again.
I don't think it'll be that. I mean, it's just more about just getting feedback. I mean, just getting like your opinions because I
What
haven't
is
thought
y'all's
about this.
opinions
All right.
about men?
So, my perspective, I'm going to go first.
Go ahead.
Cool. All right. So, my perspective is that you guys, men, y'all are going to do what y'all are going to do. Let's take a very simple example. Okay. If I'm out with somebody and we're going to dinner. I'm out with my
Boom.
Your homeboy.
my imaginary boo. And let's say we go in somewhere or whatever, and then Megan the Stallion walks by. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Megan's hot.
Oh my god.
You're not down for it. Alright, so Megan's hot.
So stupid.
I expect my man to check. I expect my man to check her out because that is what y'all
Guys
are going.
But I didn't expect
hands
you to also
down.
look at it, so we both be at the same time.
Correct.
Exactly.
What I'm saying, that's what that is. But I'm just saying, generally speaking, so if it's not Megan and it's somebody else,
Yeah.
like, I think that I leave a
You
little bit
know-
of room
you know
for the
it's
fact that
gonna
that's just gonna happen. I don't take it personally like, I'm not fly
Mm-hmm.
because you're doing that. Now, look, if I'm in a relationship with you and you are not giving me the attention that's due, and then you're checking out other people, I can see where a little bit of that tension would come from. But generally speaking, like, I just think y'all are gonna do what y'all are
Right.
gonna do. Do you
Right.
agree with that?
Yeah, I said so. Like, I mean,
I
I had to think about it for a second, but I'm like, I know for me, like, it can be very straightforward because I know I don't like to overcomplicate a whole lot of things, and I know like you still can, even in like not trying to overcomplicate a lot, but like I'm very much so like I'm doing this, and it's like why, and it's really just like because, like
Well,
I
I'm so confused right now. You gotta break this down.
so I'm saying like. For me personally, like if I want to go do something, like if I'm going to do something, or like like so let's say in that
If you're gonna check a girl out,
I mean like that's different. If I'm out with my girl, like
Wait, your homegirl or like?
If I'm out with my homegirl,
your
like-
bae?
if I'm out with my homegirl, then of course I'm like
Yeah,
like,
you're
you
like-
see, like
Yeah.
we see, like this is it.
You
You're
know
the
what I
homie.
know that-
Like, this
yeah.
is-
Yeah.
But if it's like my girl, I'm not gonna be like, yo, you see that?
but you gonna be like
Right.
behind
you're
her.
gonna- Yeah.
I'm
right.
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, you gotta
Right.
out the side of my eye. And then I'm gonna go back. I'm like, yeah, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah. But I have a
So
question
why
for
are
you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Are you?
So I
Okay,
I have a question. So if so it's like like the mind said you'll try to be discreet. But what if she sees you? Because I don't want to say catch because catch is like you're trying to hide something, right?
Who is she?
But
Who is she?
his
His
girlfriend.
boo.
Oh.
Okay.
So what if she like sees you? Will you deny it or will you say, "Oh man, I'm sorry, you caught me"?
Are you sorry?
Yeah, exactly. Are you sorry?
I mean, like I understand how it could be like taken wrong, but it's also not like there's no like plan.
You're
Like
not
you,
blind.
yeah, it's like I see
You're
it,
not blind.
but it's also not like because I looked.
But women aren't taking out men like that.
Right.
I don't know. about
Yo, we are not behind
We're not
our
behind our
guy
men.
checking out somebody's butt.
Trolling. We're not doing that.
that. You're not checking his butt.
You're
but
not.
You
You're
know
staring
how
hard.
handsome he is.
You staring hard.
We're not.
We're really not doing
women
that.
Women aren't that way.
Yeah, I mean, look, maybe let's get back on course because
That could
maybe
be
that's a whole other
spiral.
conversation. Yeah, I really don't.
Okay.
I mean,
And I don't know, and
We're
y'all
all
can
human
comment
beings,
too,
we
but
all
It
know
really-
people.
It comes down to interaction. Like you kind of like you said earlier. Like if you're in a relationship, if you were in a relationship with somebody who wasn't giving you attention, and then you caught somebody doing that. My first thing as a dude, I'm like, I can tell when someone like is giving me the energy that I'm looking for and when they're not. So that's also how I'm going to dictate how I progress with that person. Like, if you're giving me like homie vibes, but then like you're like no, like we're together, but you're giving me like that, like you're not like into it or like you're like kind of forcing yourself to be into it. You're the homie to me. Like at that point, I'm like we're cool because I can see the energy that you're putting into this. This isn't like we're not meeting each other halfway. We're like you're like kind of forcing yourself to be.
but
here.
wait, but I mean, specific to this conversation, then what I hear you saying is that if someone's not giving you energy, then that gives you a pass to be checking out.
No. I mean, not like if you're not giving me the energy. I think it's clear when someone is interested and when they want to be with you. Like that's how you can get some of those like crazier interactions. If you get caught, like someone finds out or they catch you like looking at someone else because they're like, what are you doing? Like why?
Mhm.
But that's somebody who's in it. And if you have somebody that's like, hey, you go out and you're
oh,
trying
well,
to make
that to me is kind of a different. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That to me is kind of a different thing. I'm talking about someone who is like your
Okay,
girl.
so like if I'm like with
your
somebody
girl,
who
like
is
someone
like
who
that.
is like your man. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Me
like-
and Damon, like that type of established type of relationship type.
So if you
thing.
see the mom look checking on somebody, how you reacting?
Like no, honestly, he did say me, because it has happened. And the thing for me, I've tried to be a person
When your
who
girlfriend or
is both, right? Because that's just real, right? Because at the end of the day, he's married, not blind. That's just real talk, right? So I try to be a person who is like, okay, he's gonna look, and I'll be like, and I'll notice it. And okay, I see you, but it's only.
But why do
because,
you have to notice?
But
Like,
hold
why
on,
can't you
hold
just
on.
let it go?
No. But it is a thing because here's the thing for me. And I don't know, ladies, tell me in a comment below if you think this is something that you would agree with.
Yeah.
The big thing for me is there's something to be said, especially when you are married. There's a certain level, and even when you're in a real relationship, engaged, of respect.
Okay, so let's say relationship because it could be you're meaning married or just committed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
relationship, yeah,
You're
married or
choosing to
committed.
be with somebody.
There's a certain level to me when it comes to just respect. And I feel like you are, like I said, just because you are in that relationship, you're not blind. There are beautiful people in this world. More beautiful than me. Hard to believe, I know. No, but seriously, there are beautiful people in this world and I get it. I just think that it's like, the way I feel is I either A, need you to be stealth, and I don't want to see it, or B, if your game isn't that tight in terms of you needing to look, then at least have a conversation about it. From just being a level of like, I know that you know that I know, and we're in it together. That you know,
Yeah.
like that we're in it together, and so it doesn't have to feel like anyone's hiding anything. Because then
Does that make
that's
it-
where
So
it feels
you-
disrespectful.
Does it make it better if you then incorporate it into the look? I'm gonna call it the look.
What do you mean?
So if you catch Devon looking, you've invited yourself into the look. Also, does that make it better? If you see somebody that's like mad, like built right, like, it's like dang, he's looking, he's not blind,
Mhm.
and you are now a part of that because you're like, I see you. Does that make it better? Does it make it better now that you are now a part of him looking? Like since y'all kind of did it together.
It makes it better to me. It makes it better. It makes it better only from a perspective of it's like I know that you feel safe enough to tell me. like it's not.
So it's
anything that's,
establishing more trust for you.
Yeah, that, I mean, to me, it's just being like we're your friends. Like
I don't know.
I don't. But that's only if your game isn't tight. If your game is tight, and you're not, and you don't need to, and I don't even notice you noticing anybody, then we don't gotta talk about it.
And why does it matter if you do, if you know that their nature is that they're going to do it? To me, I'm like, for me, it's almost like there's a bank of just like points. That like,
Okay, so-
I'm not taking those off the board because I see you checking
So
somebody
being in a
else. I
relationship-
know you're about to check out their ass.
So be in a relationship for you. If you're sitting there, and you're at a table, and you're with your man, and you have chick walk past, and you blatantly see him staring at her butt. You're just gonna be like, oh, chalk it to the game. You want another drink, babe? Or you're gonna be like, okay, seriously? Like, really put yourself in that situation, because that is where it crosses over to it being disrespectful.
I
I
agree with that. I agree with that. If I'm sitting there with someone and I blatantly see them ogling somebody else,
and you see it.
that does feel disrespectful.
Yeah.
To me, just as disrespectful as if I'm sitting there with you and you're more engaged with your phone than you are spending time with me.
Absolutely.
I'm a quality time person, right?
Absolutely.
But then I'm like, if I'm walking and then I look to the side and I happen to see you checking someone out, I'm not gonna be like, what are you looking at? Like, it's like you're looking at her ass.
Yeah.
Let's define ogling.
Let's
Well,
define
to me,
that.
like if I'm sitting there with you at the table and then we're just talking or whatever, and then you're here.
That's
Yes.
crazy though.
That's exactly my definition of it.
That's crazy though. Like you like in passing
Well,
or like you
like-
staring?
I mean,
It's like
he
you're
pulled
like-
the phone out and did the glance. I get that. I mean, because to me, y'all just can't help yourselves. You can't help yourself.
But I guess here's my thing. I can't get, like, I feel like, oh God, it's so hard. I know they can't help themselves, but I also feel very strongly of just, even from a spiritual perspective, self-control. Like, you can't help yourself. It's a choice not to. It's a choice. It's a choice not to, like, to live in self-control.
But is there something wrong with it though? Because to Damon's point, he's being mad quiet. But to his point, there are a lot of beautiful people in the world. Do you have to be by yourself to be able to like acknowledge those people, or I don't? For me, because I feel like you can look at someone
know
and
their
appreciate
flaw.
them, but then
Yes.
you can still be
And
with
just
a fly person
exactly.
too.
Exactly.
Here's my thing, and I believe
And
that.
I'm with a fly person.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm glad you know. So here's my thing, but I'm also gonna say too, like there's nothing. I need you guys to understand in my world. Like it's all turned on me because I'm like y'all are. But no, I will say honestly, like I don't think there's a problem with knowing that, because I know full well that at the end of the day, when you are in a relationship or you are married, whoever it is you're with is not blind. I get it. We've established that. But the issue comes when, if you do happen to see it, then from that safety perspective and that trust establishing perspective, just own it. Like,
But my point is,
to me,
but
it's
do
an
you
owning.
have to call it? Because to me, it's the call out. Excuse me.
Yeah.
To me, it's the call out. It's like if you see Damon glancing at someone, does he have to own it because you saw it?
Yeah, because you weren't that tight. You weren't that tight to have me not see it. Like if you were tight enough in your like look game, then I
But
would
that's
be
what I'm
noticing
saying.
it.
So if you
And when this is all
you
hypothetical,
catch,
y'all.
but if
It's
you
all
catch
hypothetical.
him, then it's disrespectful.
Yes, because of my.
And
Here's
that's how I
my.
acknowledge it, because you just mentioned it with Eric. If I
To
acknowledge
me,
it,
ogling is disrespectful, but catching someone taking a
listen,
glance is not disrespectful.
That's exactly
You
what
know,
I
you know, I think a lot of
Yeah.
times, no, I think ogling is all perspective, because I think that you
Ogling
might.
is like intent.
Here's my
I'm
thing.
I'm
Here's my
intentionally being disrespectful to you. And I don't
Here's
care
my
about-
thing. I think when it comes to ogling is, like, I feel like you guys are looking at it like, you know, like the Tom and Jerry, like.
The eyes popping out.
That's what you guys
You're
are
so
looking
good,
right?
I better find another cartoon.
I'm saying, you better find a new one. I'm saying ogling, there's like
Listen.
intent versus like I see you, and I'm like,
No,
oh, and
listen.
I go back to what I'm doing.
Right.
Right, but like I feel, here's my thing. There have been dudes that I've been with pre-Damon, I know they were looking. However,
Like you have a feeling or you saw them.
saw them. But no, I had a feeling, but I knew they were, because I just knew, like, knew like chick was just bad. Like I knew it, but I never.
Did you
But
watch
I
it?
always felt. Yeah, actually I did. But it was also the type of rapport that we had where it was like real talk. We would laugh about it and we would keep moving. And that to me is like that's the beauty of that type of relationship, to really be able to have that rapport,
Facts.
to talk about it, and you establish that trust. I don't have a problem with it. I think ogling, when you're kind of looking and the eyes popping out, I don't really feel like that is what
No, it's not the
happens.
same thing.
It's
Those are
not
two
the same
different
thing.
things. That's what I'm saying.
I think a glance is something where you can do a quick shift with your eyes,
Yeah, you
but it's also another thing where I have seen it where a person is getting into position trying to see more. Trying to see, like they might see something that they like, but they're getting into position trying to see more, and then if you see something and you call it out, it's uncomfortable. Adjusting, right? Exactly. Yes. Yes. But then you see them trying to look more, and then you're like, "Are you kidding me?" And you might, because it's so obvious, and then they're like, "Wait, what?"
No,
And you're like, "Nah, son."
That's exactly like being like, I wasn't on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, what do you think? Because I'm giving all different scenarios because they have happened. to me.
I mean, hearing you say that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, are we
Really?
at the end?
Yeah, we got 10. So we got 10 seconds before we get
Oh my
Part
gosh.
4 is coming.
part 4.
I don't know. Like, I feel like it's really nuanced. I mean, even just hearing you say that part, because I do. To finish my sentence, I do understand that to me, it's like it can go very quickly from an innocent glance to a undercover ogling.
Or like
that's what I
other
just heard you
questions,
saying.
other
It
insecurities.
can
this
go,
kind of thing.
yeah. And if you are really insecure in your relationship, then like it can easily shift it
Mhm.
to a place that is just not good, right? So you need to really be tight in your relationship and secure with the person that you're with, because I think, to your point when you were talking about your previous relationship, you're probably very secure in that, so you guys could laugh about it. There wasn't anything that you felt was being hidden from you.
Mhm.
I
Exactly.
mean, I had a conversation recently, like the other day, and like in that, I mean, I think even going into, because I mean, yeah, guys will do, and I mean it's kind of trash. It's like the boys will be boys, like type of.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I mean, it is what it is. You can only
So
get so
then, boys
you
will
can
boys.
only you can only get so mad at it because it's like at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
no, we're not, and then like
It's not specific to a guy.
yeah,
That's what I'm
it
saying. That's
happens.
been my
It's-
experience.
It's objective, like
Yeah.
or subjective to the person that you're talking about.
All right, guys. So we allowed ourselves to go a little bit, couple minutes
Yeah,
over, but I think
okay,
the conversation was
Conversation
good.
dope.
We want to hear from you guys. Like, how are you guys dealing with it in your relationships? What are you doing when you're out there with your boo? What are your expectations? Are you guys having fights about this? Are you like on the same page about it? Please comment, because I feel like this is something that comes up in our family. We talk about it all the time, and we just want to know how you guys handle outside.
Absolutely.
And we generally love to have these conversations, so continue to tune in. Like, be a part of our family, be a part of the discussion.
You guys, absolutely. We're now part of YouTube, so feel free to join the conversation, like, subscribe, all of the above. Friend, we would love to have you.
Thank you for joining us. This is War Cartel, and we are. Peace.
Wow.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.